Hey guys, Brains here from Trash Pandas Watch Anime. Just giving you a little heads up and a little bit of a warning. We do use graphic language and sometimes speak on explicit content. We're three veterans that just really don't feel like holding their tongues, though we will for a professional atmosphere. I figure we're all talking about something we love, and who doesn't love a good dick joke? So, if you can't handle graphic language or explicit content, you might not want to listen to us. I'd say give us a try, but if you don't want to listen to us just because of this warning, go ahead and get out. Later, guys.
Theme music!
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Oh my god, again.
Yeah!
Alright, Satan.
I'll show you Satan.
I'll show you your mom, Satan.
My mom is Satan.
That's true.
Well, we call her Lucy.
So,
Oh!
welcome back.
Yeah. Welcome back to Trash Pandas Watch Anime. I'm one of your hosts, Brains.
I'm Blood.
Bullets.
We're here to bring you some more of that anime goodness.
Maybe.
Maybe. Actually, probably be some anime terribleness. But actually, we're going to talk about some of our more favorite animes today with, just in general, the group. A lot of these animes are going to be shonen, mind you, but we're going to bring up some other stuff. The first thing I want to bring up is Bullets. I know the other day you watched the first episode of Gargantia of the Verdant Sea. That's the English name, right?
No, I didn't watch.
Yeah, you watched the first couple episodes. I was there with you.
Oh yeah, we did watch the first episode. Yeah,
You watched
I
the first
remember
couple
that.
episodes.
Wasn't I drinking?
No, you just said that the episode seemed really short.
Oh yeah, that anime.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that was on over there, yeah.
and I gotta ask you if you like what one of my favorite aspects of that entire television show was the fact that for once somebody that came from outer space didn't speak Japanese.
Yeah.
It definitely was a nice change. And before we get too far on this, mention that this is an anime that is on Netflix.
Yeah.
So for all the many people who actually have Netflix, you can find it there. But
I'm moving to Hulu.
Yeah, fuck Hulu. But the other thing is, yeah, it's one of those where everybody actually doesn't speak the same language for once, which makes things nice.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that gets curbed rather earlier on.
Well,
Once he learns the language, he's kind of stuck.
he does learn a little bit of it, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And his robot does most of the translating anyways, so...
Fucking robot.
But he starts to learn more towards about the middle of the series. I mean, it's a short
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
And then, further on, he learns more and more. The relationship between him and the girl, I can't remember her name. I'm really bad with anime names.
It grows.
But, yeah,
Just
their
like his
relationship grows. And I actually, I watched it subbed. And I actually liked the dub that they did for the one that's on Netflix. I thought it was actually really well done, and it didn't seem too far off. Now, mind you, a lot of what I'm watching is fan subber, so it's not necessarily, official. But the Funimation and some of the other companies, Crunchyroll. There's one other one. I can't remember that streaming service, but Funimation has its own streaming service, and they simulcast now, which is actually pretty cool. Some people like it, some people don't. Take it for what you will. I think the physical medium is going away. We're not going to see as much DVDs as we used to. We're going to see more streaming sites.
Yeah.
We're going to see more things like Crunchyroll and Funimation.
Especially with animation, I think.
Because it was such a niche market before.
Well, not only that, but you also have a lot of the big name animes that they'll even put them up in like your stores, like your Walmarts and your Best Buys.
Yeah.
And where you will find more of those crowds congregating because so often the techie nerd a lot of times seems to cross with the anime watcher in a lot of cases.
Right, but I think you'll see it a little more at like what was that old store I used to always go to back in the day when anime was really hard to find? Suncoast something, I think is what it was called, and that's where I got my Sailor Moon R movie and Sailor Moon S movie, and hey, don't hate just because I like the magical girl.
But
you can't see me right now, but I'm shaking my head at them.
Either way. Even in the movie, in the stores where you always see, those kind of people, they've seen a lack of sales, and which has caused them to almost completely get rid of their anime selection in a lot of those stores.
Correct, unless it's a more popular anime, or of course,
Dragon Ball Z,
or a Miyazaki film.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, the Miyazaki film
that's
Secret World Ariete. I mean, you saw that everywhere when it came out. In the States.
Miyazaki films aren't
at least around here.
Miyazaki films aren't even really put in anime. They're actually put with things like Disney movies in that category, anyways. Which
is really, really weird. And that was really weird. Like, I know you both have seen a lot of Miyazaki movies, and I thought it was really weird today when we were discussing what we were going to talk about, and you told me you've never seen Princess Mononoke.
I've seen
it's like one of his first.
Yeah,
right?
All except for
no, I haven't even seen it.
You haven't seen Princess Mononoke?
But I've seen all except for 3 of them, and that's one of the 3.
It's really
that
good.
One,
I'm sheltered.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, and I haven't seen Totoro, and then one other I can't remember. But besides the point.
Yeah, and I really like those films, and I'm a huge fan of those films. I really couldn't get into Secret World of Ariete. That's because, I like the Borrowers, and it threw me off. So I had trouble, getting into it, because they think they had, a Borrowers, children's animated movie, and then they had that live-action movie. I swear John Goodman was in it.
And then the Borrowers, I think the live-action even had a sequel.
Did it?
Yeah, but anyways, so back to our, animes we enjoy. I think that's kind of what...
We'll get to that in a second. So, and then I was talking to Blood the other day, and Blood, you've seen the first couple episodes of Sword Art Online.
Yeah, yep.
What do you think of it so far?
I think it's really good. I've been very entertained. It's kind of, it reminds me of Dot Hack, but it's like a group. Everyone in the freaking game is stuck.
Yeah.
Instead of just the one character.
Yeah. And Dot Hack, that's. I mean, I guess I can't say it was really a revolutionary anime, but for what it was at the time, it was.
It came out with the games, and you play the games and you watch the anime,
and
it was really cool to watch.
Expensive too.
Yeah.
There's 6 Dot Hacks animes.
Oh,
give or take.
I can't even remember anymore. Man. There's been so many of them come out.
Yeah.
But Dot Hack, I even like the old video games. So mind you, that's. We should also say that was when we were younger. I mean, we had just gotten into anime, so we could watch it again right now and be like, "Those were horrible." But I don't think that's how it's going to go, because I think Dot Hack's one of those animes like Cowboy Bebop, Gungrave.
I
started
rewatching.
I feel Gungrave has.
I started rewatching being in the Dot Hack anime, and actually, went to the point and looked it up to see the order.
Yeah.
And I still there's definitely some things that are lacking. Now that I have more experience with anime, but it's still a decent storyline.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We had the Dot Hack series, and then I was gonna say, kind of in that vein, because I was thinking of Gungrave, and at the same time I saw Gungrave, I saw Trinity Blood. Have you guys ever seen Trinity Blood?
I've seen Trinity Blood.
I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
But you've seen, Abel Night Road, the Cruisenoid, I think is what it was called, right?
Yeah,
Cruisenoid. The vampire that eats vampires. That's a really good anime. But it kind of, I was mixed on the ending. But
it kind of left things open.
Really open.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things, kind of draw your own conclusion.
Open like a hooker on Saturday?
Well, Cain survived at the end of the anime. Spoiler. Who'd have thought?
Should we do the spoiler before we say it?
Well, that's a pretty old anime, so.
Got a point.
Well, fair enough.
But
it's like
the
whole
whole thing is you got to watch the anime to understand who Kane was, and by the time you find out Kane's name, you already know he's going to survive. I mean, him and Abel, they're pretty much the same person. But
there.
Yeah, sorry about the spoiler. But okay, so let's
get
get on.
By the way, Holy kills the meteor at the end of Final Fantasy VII, and everyone survives.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah. That whole thing where Holy were fucking or not Holy. What the fuck was that bitch's name?
Eris?
No.
What are we talking about?
I feel
Final
like
Fantasy VII.
Oh no.
I feel like I have to throw a spoiler.
Oh wait,
out
Holy
now.
was the meteor. Shinra was the company.
Shinra. Yeah, company.
I was just smoking a bowl of crack.
Well, I mean, Holy took out Shinra too, pretty much.
Hey, why don't you share?
My bad.
Crack?
Crack's cheap, yo. It's like $4 a rock. Actually, I don't know how much it costs.
I'm a little bit too high class for crack. Can we get some coke?
Okay.
Next
we
time
gotta call
coke.
Sheen.
Why, you want to do a Sheenus?
Oh, well, maybe. I mean, how many people can say they've done a Sheenus?
It's got a point.
Anybody, because it's just doing a line of coke off some guy's penis.
Well, it's really just doing a line of coke off of Charlie Sheen's penis.
No, it's any guy's penis.
Yeah, but let's be honest. There's
a real Sheenus.
Anybody's compared to actual Sheens.
Fair enough.
Okay, so let's.
We digress.
Let's get started on our main show. Well, first anime I want to talk about is the original Full Metal Alchemist.
That's an oldie.
That
an oldie
is
but a
an
goodie.
oldie. It's an oldie but a goodie. Now, mind you, guys, when you go to find Full Metal Alchemist, when you look online, or you look in your video store, or you look on Netflix or whatever, you're going to find 2 Full Metal Alchemist series in 2 movies.
2 movies, yep.
You're going to find Full Metal Alchemist and The Conqueror Shambhala, which is the movie following Full Metal Alchemist. And then you're going to find Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, followed by the star of Mila. Which is actually somewhere in the middle of the show, if I remember right. The movie
For Brotherhood?
For Brotherhood.
I didn't know that.
They have a movie called The Star of Mila, or something like that. Mila's Star.
I've seen it. I just didn't know that was...
That's Brotherhood.
Part of Brotherhood.
It's kind of hard to tell the difference because...
It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. So, when you guys go looking for it, this is my suggestion, personally. Watch Full Metal Alchemist first.
Yep.
The older show.
Agreed.
And I'm going to say this because they're about the same story for like the first 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And then they split. And I think if I remember right, part of that was Full Metal Alchemist, the manga, wasn't actually finished when they created the TV series.
I'll take your word for it. I don't remember. I don't know.
But
I don't follow the manga. I watch the anime.
But Brotherhood...
I'm illiterate.
For those... I don't know... I know Blood hasn't seen it. I don't know about you, Bullets. You've seen Brotherhood all the way through. Brotherhood,
it was really good.
Overall, is a lot better anime, and well, let's be honest, it's newer, and they had the budget on it because the first series was so successful.
Oh yeah.
That the animation on it is just spectacular. It's worth the 1080p watch if you can do it. High def as you can get. But in Full Metal Alchemist, you have 2 brothers, Edward and Alphonse.
True.
And Edward and Alphonse, they sit there and they
do something stupid.
Yeah, they do something really stupid.
They clap their hands.
Basically,
oh wait, no, that's later.
What happens is, in the beginning of the anime, and this is all in like the first 5 minutes, so spoiler, I guess, but it's kind of integral to what the whole anime is about.
They basically break every rule that an alchemist can do, and they pay for it with their bodies.
Yeah.
And their lives.
That way we're not spoiling too much.
Right. Well, Edward Now's dad was an alchemist.
Very, very good alchemist.
And he kind of dipped out on them and their mom.
Yep.
And so their mom dies from a sickness, and they're both natural talents at alchemy. So, not knowing any better, well, they knew it was a taboo. It was against the rules. They tried to bring her back to life with alchemy.
Bum, bum, bum.
And because
Alphonse loses his body, and Edward loses a leg and an arm.
Well, he loses a leg to the transmutation. He sacrifices his arm to save his brother.
Yep. And binds his brother into a suit of armor. Now, the series continues from there in their search for the Sorcerer's Stone. Or what do they call it?
The Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone. Which
Same thing.
No, pretty much. And the Philosopher's Stone is said to allow them to ignore the rules of equivalent exchange so they can bring back their own, not even bring back their own mother, just recover their own bodies from the mistakes they made in their past.
Yeah, and one of the things I do love about it is how it always is emphasizing the equivalent exchange. For anything you want, you have to give something up. I think it's a great idea that's reinforced throughout the whole anime.
Yeah.
And so the hijinks ensue. You meet famous characters, Roy Mustang. You meet Hugh, Lieutenant Hughes or Lieutenant Colonel Hughes.
Yeah, Lieutenant Colonel Hughes. You also meet their
Armstrong.
You meet Armstrong. You meet Lynn Reed, their mechanic.
Love Armstrong.
Yep.
And what was her mom's or grandma's name?
I can't remember
the old lady.
Name. I want to say they call her old lady or Baba sometimes.
Yeah, but
I could be.
They're auto male.
Oh, yeah, that'll be for after this. But
that'll be for after this. He had an idea apparently. It hurt his head. It looks like.
No, I just remembered something. I have to correct something from the
bro?
last episode.
Right.
Motion and water.
Eat a dick. Anyways, so eventually they come across these homunculus who shouldn't exist, and it starts to unfold from there. The story of how they find the Philosopher's Stone, and it's a really good anime. And like I said, you got to watch Full Metal Alchemist first, because if you watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood does a lot. It feels like it does a lot better job of storytelling. The story flows a lot better, because there's a couple episodes of filler which don't really feel like filler, but it slows the arc down. Doesn't seem like it goes with the rest of what they're doing. And
it's easy to. It's probably pretty easy to make filler for, or something like that, where their quest is going to be like the whole thing, and as long as it's somehow adding to that, it seems like it's actually part of the story. Right. And so...
Yeah, unlike Dragon Ball Z, where they just add an entire episode of him powering up.
Oh, God. Super Saiyan.
Did we just go Super Saiyan together?
Yep.
Dude. That's awesome. We'd be like best friends now.
Yeah.
Dude, we should save the world.
Did we just become best friends?
No. We don't even need to save the world. You know what we gotta do? We gotta save the universe.
Can we just do Super Saiyan Man things?
No, we can't do the dance. We can do the fusion dance.
And that's how pandas are made.
Trash pandas.
Trash pandas. The fusion of a dog or a cat and a panda. Wait,
or
what?
No.
Well, raccoon dogs would be the fusion of a dog between and a panda. I mean, have you seen a raccoon dog? I kind of want one. But they're not really a domesticated animal, so that might not be...
I want a liger.
What?
The hybrid between a lion and a tiger.
Stop petting blood. Jesus Christ, this is a little weird.
I could be petting him.
That's...
Yeah,
that's his no-no square. Leave that alone.
It's a square? Pretty sure it's round.
I see the problem.
Round
if
peg.
a round hole, you have square peg.
Round peg, round hole. You know what? Square hole, you roll over and you play in the mud.
Oh, God.
That's not right.
But, I kind of want to get your guys' opinion, though, on Full Metal Alchemist. Who was your favorite alchemist out of that series, without too many spoilers?
Favorite alchemist?
Oh, fuck.
Well, really favorite character. We'll just go favorite character.
I loved Armstrong. I just like his over-the-top attitude. He's always like, I'm the best!
he actually
Look at my muscles!
He actually kind of reminds me of an alchemist version of Elfman from Fairy Tail.
Yeah, except he was there first. Well maybe. Actually, Fairy Tail might have been
the characters run hand in hand with a lot of mentalities.
True.
No, I actually kind of say I liked Mustang. He was kind of a cocky little spitfuck, but he was fun. And he was definitely a more recurring character. I would say I think I liked their teacher better, but I don't think she was regular enough.
She was kind of a badass.
Yeah,
she was, and she shows actually up more in Brotherhood.
Yeah.
That's actually another thing I like about it.
In the original one, but I would say I think I like their teacher more as a character in general, but I don't think she was enough in the story to say that she was my favorite character. She was my favorite guest character in the original show.
Gotcha. I'd have to say my favorite character was Scar.
He wasn't an alchemist?
He was.
No. He wasn't.
His
brother was.
Oh, and he had his brother's arms.
And by extension,
he did alchemy.
Well, by extension, his penis.
And actually, in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, they take it a little bit further because he's got an arm for alchemy and an arm for alkahestry, which is something you learn about. Yeah, something you learn about in Brotherhood. Well, maybe that was in.
Well, he had two arms. He had one for construction, one for deconstruction, though.
Yeah.
In the original.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he was one of my favorites, though, just because of his story and especially how they get into it further in Brotherhood.
Yeah.
So I guess Brotherhood's kind of coloring it a little bit.
That must be
Otherwise, I'd have to say Roy Mustang because Flame Alchemist. You know.
Flame, I can't burn these muscles.
The thing I've got to correct from last episode was the golden bat thing in Fooly Cooley.
Paranoia?
Paranoia agent. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I found it out too. I was like, oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah,
they were on at the same time on Adult Swim.
I think that's what the problem was.
That's why you got confused. Because I want to say it came on right after.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. And then I think after Paranoia Agent was over, I think they were still playing Fooly Cooley. I believe they played Chaos Head, or did they play Chaos Head first?
I want to say Blue Gender, actually. But maybe
Blue Gender? They might play Blue Gender. I don't know. So
doesn't matter. It's yeah. Like
all right.
10 years.
So let's talk about a little bit newer series. A little bit. I mean, it's a few years old, but the Blue Exorcist, or Ao No Exorcist. I know.
I've always seen it subbed.
Well, yeah.
I think I watched it.
No, wait.
You've seen it dubbed.
That's what I meant.
I'm pretty sure I watched it.
They rhyme. Leave me alone.
But good show.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually.
Yeah, I thought it was a phenomenal show.
Yeah.
The ending leaves you wanting more, but I feel like the series closes up enough at the end that you can be kind of satisfied with it. And they have the movie.
Yeah.
They did have a movie?
Yeah, they have a movie.
When?
I have it.
What? Where? I'm gonna have to watch that sometime.
Yeah, it's subtitle. It's just like it's like a 2-hour-long episode.
Gotcha.
Really, is what it is. And
But
it's good.
I just
That's kind of what movies are.
Well, that depends. Like some movies that are sequels anime, like Trigun, The Badlands was like another episode. But then you get into movies like the Oh My Goddess movie. It wasn't even really so much a episode. It felt like it was more like a retelling of the entire series with some badass action at the end.
Of course, then you've got movies like some of them you have from Bleach that are almost standalone, and you're standing there trying to figure out where they fit into the story.
I've watched a couple episodes where it's like I don't really need to see the rest of the anime just to see this movie.
Yeah,
I've done that.
Yeah, but
I think it kind of works with Cowboy Bebop's little movie too.
Yeah, what is it? Something Heaven. Stairway to Heaven? No.
Highway to Hell?
No. Did it actually have a name? I thought it was
It
just
actually
Cowboy
had
Bebop
another.
name.
It had a name.
It's been
And
a
I
while
have
since
to
I
look
watched
this up.
Well,
back to Blue Exorcist. Why don't we just go back to that?
But back to Blue Exorcist. Well, Bullets, do you want to take over the synopsis for that, or?
Dude, it's been like 6 years since I think I saw that show as it was coming out. I'd have to think about that one.
What about you?
I give it a shot. It's been a couple years, and
Okay.
I watched it when I was really tired usually because I usually got home, and I'd turn it on, and then it just sometimes I'd pass out. But basically it's about these twins. Well, it's actually about the older twin mostly.
Yeah.
I know they're twins. It follows more. I forgot his name.
Rin.
Rin. It follows Rin more than his brother.
It's Yukio.
Yukio? Thank you. But they're the sons of Satan. And they're... Fuck.
Just
brain fart. Yes,
okay.
take over.
The show kind of revolves around Rin. I believe his last name's Yukimura. But Rin is kind of like
Okumura. Yeah. Mura?
Okumura.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
he's kind of a bum, really.
Yeah.
In high school,
He's a giant fuck up.
He
Yeah,
really is, and his younger brother is straight A's, like top of the class, going to a prestigious university. And Rin's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I the piece of shit? And so there's a little rivalry, and he's mad at his brother for leaving, and then he starts seeing things. These little coal dust things flying around. Kind of like little demons, little demon bat things. And long story short, it ends up to him in like the first couple episodes. He starts to have problems with demons, and then it just carries on from there. They go to the high school. They have the high school life where they make all these friends. Catch is, all these friends, the first time Rin has had friends, all these friends, their families were killed by Satan on what they call the Blue Night, I believe is what they called it.
Yeah.
Which is when Satan burned out most of the priests and magicians in the world. And
we don't have to tell him why he was doing that.
You'll find that out later in the anime. It's actually a really good story, really touching story. And the whole thing. And there's some good action. It can drag its feet a little bit if all you're there for is action, but it's got, I feel it's got a good story.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. I don't know what else to say.
Right.
I can't elaborate on that.
But he gets, of course, like any good anime character that goes to high school after finding out he has superpowers, he has a sword. So,
Well, it was the sword that was stealing away his powers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Did I just spoiler?
No.
Okay. Because I think they mentioned that towards the beginning. So.
That's like the first episode.
Yeah, that's the first episode thing.
He gets the sword, and then by drawing the sword, that's when he starts getting a tail and pointy ears.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's a really good series. It's well done, I think.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah. We just talked about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
I'm terrible at this game.
Pay attention,
bitch.
But the thing is, we were talking about the ending earlier and how it feels like it should go on. I think the reason why I wanted it to continue was because there was some character development that just didn't really completely get through.
Right?
Like you see these badass characters, and you can tell like they're almost holding back, and you never see them go full badass.
Yeah. It is kind of true. I mean, you do at the end.
It kind of.
But you mean the other characters, the supporting cast?
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot more room for development, especially with all of them. For them, their summoning capabilities, everything, for them to become more powerful, to become a power on themselves.
His sword trainer chick. I mean, there was.
But the question is, though, then where do we draw the line between, a good, decent shonen anime? I think it's shonen. Or where do we draw the line between that and then Dragon Ball Z territory, where people keep getting stronger?
Well, it's the same problem with Dragon Ball Z. I mean, you don't really. Everyone gets stronger, but you don't really see anybody beat anybody but Goku or the Gohan one time.
And Vegeta, on occasion.
I mean, but those are
small
usually
victories.
So they're small guys. They're not the actual big bad. I mean, it's always Goku killing the big bad.
Or Gohan that one time.
Mm-hmm. Or Gohan that one time.
Or Bardock got killed.
Oh wait, Bardock died. Frieza killed his ass.
Frieza hit him with a planet ball. He blew that fucking world up. Is this just going to be a theme where we make fun of Dragon Ball Z?
I think so. It's going to come back every time.
I mean, we love that show.
We love to hate it.
But the problem is,
there's just so many problems
if you got
with it.
rid of all the filler, it would have been done in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But, I mean...
Like, even the stuff they're making now, if you would have gotten rid of all the filler and taken the stuff that they're currently making, it still probably would have been done before 2000.
Right, but that brings us into Dragon Ball Super, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's seen any of the episodes for that.
Yeah,
so.
you are.
Well, we'll wait to talk about that till a later date.
Yeah, when hell gets a little colder.
Right. No, we need to go back to it. Beerus is a badass.
But
Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods, I thought it was great.
But on the same side, circling back to Blue Exorcist on the Exorcist.
Yeah, we keep on getting off sidetracks. We can't keep.
Yeah.
We can't keep on topic.
If you actually are keeping track, the anime for Blue Exorcist is not done.
Really?
Or the anime.
Or the manga, you mean?
The manga is not currently done. The anime might be, but the manga is continuing, and they are still releasing, and they already have things scheduled out to at least early next year.
Gotcha. So.
Oh yeah.
The more you know.
So it is. That's kind of why I feel like there can be more.
Yeah, they've got things scheduled out all the way to June or January of next year, and that's for the English version. They've got things that got released actually just in June of this year, 2015.
Huh.
And
that'll be worth looking into.
Yeah.
I mean,
all the way up to 67.
Of course, for all we know, the anime was finished in a way that did not fit the manga at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but okay, so let's talk about our next anime on the list, Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
Terrible. Don't watch it.
It is like one of the best anime I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the best thing about it is it was an original creation. It was not a manga.
Yeah.
Was it really?
It was not a manga. It was an original just pitch. And I think the reason it works so well
is because they didn't have to stop for an anime.
Yeah.
They didn't have to stop the anime for a manga, so you don't have to have filler.
It's not just like that. More importantly, it was made for a visual medium versus
the manga where it's
more for a reading medium. I guess you could call it a visual medium in a way.
The action.
There are a lot of pictures.
Like
in manga.
the things that made Cowboy Bebop amazing is, Spike's footwork, the music.
The music. Just alone in that.
The fight scenes were just amazing, like well choreographed, and it was well done.
It was very well done.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think Cowboy Bebop for a lot of people is still like one of the premier animes you can compare everything else to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a decent story arc. I mean, I would have liked more, but I mean, it did end on a good note.
Well, it's one of those animes that was actually episodic, but it was a good episode.
Yeah.
You didn't mind it. You were like, all right, what are they going to... Like the Red Eye episode, it was real...
Wasn't it the first episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first episode was good. I mean, like I said, at about episode 5, it got amazing, but...
Which one was Battle of the Fallen Angels? Was that episode 5? Was that episode 8?
I think
And I'm the bad anime watcher who doesn't remember what the episodes were called. I just remember what happened.
Well...
But...
Battle of the Fallen Angels was episode 5. Yeah. So
that's the first time that Spike and Vicious fight. First time you actually visually see them fight.
Yeah,
and it's just badassery all around.
Yeah, and well, I mean, let's be honest, Vicious was just nasty.
Vicious was vicious.
Yeah,
it's kind of implied with his name, I guess.
Yeah,
but. And as you go through, you start to find out the background stories. Why Jet has why he has the arm. Where Faye comes from.
They touch on it. I mean, they don't really go too in depth though either. I mean,
I think the most person they go in depth with is Spike.
Spike, but it's the story is about Spike. I mean, it starts with Spike, it ends with Spike.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Spike's not dead.
No, he died.
No body, no proof.
He fell down dead on those stairs, dude. Just saying.
But Cowboy Bebop was just it was just great. The music was just
The music, actually. The music is one of those things that kind of made that anime.
And you can have your soundtracks can make and break anime.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, look at Guilty Crown. I know you've seen Guilty Crown, Bullets, because that had a horrible plot. But the anime did well overall because it had great action sequences, it had great animation, and it had a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
It had an amazing soundtrack. Too bad the plot was shit.
I've
like,
seen this.
It's a decent anime to watch, but then
Not worth my time?
later,
Would it be worth my time?
Yeah, it's worth your time. It's just later you're thinking about it and you're like, that wasn't that good of an anime. There's so many times they could have fixed.
It's like
this,
the girl
that, or the other
that sleeps with the guy because he's great looking, but when she gets into bed with him and he's packing a Tic Tac.
Ooh, yeah,
sad panda.
But the action is worth it, really. I mean, if that's what you're in.
But he knows what he's doing with his tongue.
But oh god.
Okay, this is getting a little graphic.
Yeah.
Our younger viewers might want to turn it off like 5 minutes ago.
Like at the beginning of the episode ago.
Yeah. Yeah, about that.
But yeah, Cowboy Bebop is probably one of my premier anime that, again, I could watch it. We said in the last episode, we could watch it right now, again and again.
I love Spike.
Spike was just a badass.
Growing up, I wanted to be Spike.
Oh, who didn't? The stupid kids who wanted to be Goku.
Right. Spike was much more realistic, and he would have gotten all the babes. Goku was too dumb to find all the babes.
But no. See, what would happen is Goku would have came home to Spike.
Oh, God.
Do I need to finish that sentence?
All right. Since you said that, I got to talk about. I was reading online that somebody had
hentai he watched.
There's some sort of there's another podcast out there, and I'm not really sure which one it is. But they're talking about character battle, and Spike. They have this character battle where they everybody nominates characters, and biggest nominations fill up the brackets, kind of like March Madness thing, and then on each fight, everybody votes who would win.
Right.
And Spike was always kicking Goku's ass. Goku never won any of the character battles because Spike always got more votes.
Wasn't Spike always paired up against Goku first? Is that what?
No. It was like second round, Spike knocked Goku out, and then something like towards the end of a couple of them, Spike knocks Goku out. Oh, jeez. And I've been wanting to listen to some podcasts to kind of help us build a base for this, but I really haven't gotten around to it yet. But in my search for it, I came across, or a search for a good podcast, I came across this character battle thing, and I thought that was hilarious, and that you just mentioned that.
Yeah, but in my mention, Spike was not in a fight with Goku.
He was butt fucking Goku.
No,
he was Chi-Chi.
He was with Chi-Chi.
Well, let's be honest. I'm pretty sure Chi-Chi pegged Goku a few times.
That would explain his demeanor.
Explain why he's a favor.
But
a powerful man who went live afraid of his life.
I think Cowboy Bebop though touched on a lot of really interesting issues, and it was every episode. I don't think I can think of a single boring episode.
Oh no.
I think the most boring episode I can think of is when you find out about Faye's background. But even that episode wasn't boring.
No.
And talk about holy shit anime movies that were like awesome. Cowboy Bebop the movie, which is I found out the name of it, by the way, or I remembered the name of it. Cowboy Bebop Knocking on Heaven's Door. That's what it is.
Really?
Yeah, because it happens in between episode 22 and 23.
Oh, that's where I was never could peg where exactly it happened.
Yeah, no, they said it happened between episodes 22 and 23.
Vincent was actually a pretty badass villain for that. I mean,
yeah,
and he wasn't even really a villain so much as he was. I mean, he
was actually kind of a good guy.
He was kind of had one of those tragic past things, and he was just wanting to be normal again, I guess.
Unlike Vicious, who really didn't. I mean, kind of had a tragic past. Not really.
Vicious was
he brought it on himself.
Vicious was just a sociopath.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Well, and then he like
A
mentions
snake
a
cannot
tragic.
defeat a dragon.
A
Sorry.
snake cannot defeat a dragon.
Or something like that. Eat.
All right, so on to the next anime on our list.
Rapid fire. Get these out of the way.
Right. Elfin Lyad.
Oh yeah, Elfin Light. Yep.
So boobs.
Babes.
Boobs.
Oh my god, babes.
But
No, she was close.
But-
one of the
too.
most
Yeah, but-
one of the most tasteful representations of boobs and ecchi that
And
I
full
think I've
frontal
seen.
nudity.
Yeah.
Well-
I've seen it in anime, really.
And it's not like it didn't make sense for what was going on.
Because Mew was
They were-
just
He was nuts.
Yeah.
He was fucking straight
no.
nuts.
Lucy was straight nuts.
They were both fucking straight nuts.
Well, yeah. Okay, fair enough. So what happens
I
early
thought
on
he
in
was
the
a little more
series?
nuts,
She-
though.
First episode, lots of blood and gore.
Woman walking around that you don't know the name of yet, in nothing but a fully encased metal helmet.
Yep.
As she
Does
goes
she have
around.
bandages on there?
No,
No,
that's all she was wearing. And she goes around.
She had bandages in the censored version.
Yeah.
Oh, I must have watched that one then.
She goes through this. I would call it a laboratory.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
lab out in
Yep.
the middle of the water.
Just killing everything all wonton. Beautiful.
It's like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Everybody dies.
Yeah?
Like your body explodes. Your bullets don't do anything to me.
Yeah.
Manner.
Yeah. And, I just realized we didn't really talk about what Cowboy Bebop was about.
Well,
We just said how awesome it was.
Well, let's be honest. You mentioned Cowboy Bebop, and then you turned off the brain and you went pure fanboy,
Yeah.
yeah.
and it just kind of went from there.
Cowboy Bebop is, it's
About-
it's
well,
it's
it starts
about
off-
bounty hunters.
You want me to do this? You want me to do
Yeah,
this?
you go ahead and do this.
Alright, well, it starts off with just Jet and Spike. And they're bounty hunters. They're looking for marks to get money. That's kind of how it follows. But they get other people that kind of start tagging along. They get Ed and Faye, and they just get in all sorts of hijinks, and it's a lot of fun. They travel across the universe. By that I mean they travel between like Jupiter and Mars. I think
They travel around the soul system.
Yeah,
I
they
believe.
travel around the
Well-
local system.
Oh no, yeah, that's around Jupiter too. The Ganymede,
Yep.
Ganymede lobsters.
Yep, Ganymede. The
Free the Ganymede lobsters.
No, yeah, you probably should have done that earlier there, Spike.
so.
Oh,
alright.
the refrigerator episode. My
So,
God.
as you can tell, everybody here enjoyed the anime Cowboy Bebop.
Shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear your voice.
Oh,
I will
Definitely
end you.
Definitely one to put on the list to start corrupting yourself when you start looking into anime.
I believe Cowboy Bebop's one of those animes that a lot of people should try starting with. I don't feel like it's way too out there for an anime for people to start with. I feel like it's
and the other
really
thing is-
close to home. They really just have ships and not much in the way of future tech. It's just
No,
really
it's
ships.
But-
yeah, they have space travel. I mean, that's
and the
pretty
other
much
thing
it.
is,
Yeah.
it's not an excessively long anime. So
No,
when
it's
you're
not.
when you're
What is it, like
stepping-
24, 28 episodes?
when you're stepping into the anime world, it's a
No, it
good
might be
it's a good
24.
thing to expose yourself with something small where you can get a taste of it.
And then you can cry at the end, like a little boy.
Like all of us
Little girl.
did. It makes you feel at the end. It really does.
There's
It
too
brings
much
out the
feels
feels.
at the end.
Too many feels.
That's a 26 episode
26?
anime. Yep. So, Knocking on Heaven's Door happens shortly before the whole thing blows up at the end.
Yeah, well, you got. I think like 23 is where like people start leaving
Yeah.
the Bebop. Like Ed goes
Ed
back to
leaves the
Earth,
Bebop.
and then Faye leaves, and it's
Faye
just
leaves.
Jet and Spike again, and it's just Jet. Bang.
So, okay, so back to Elfin Lion. We were talking about it. She slaughters.
She slaughters the innocents and
She
the not so
slaughters-
innocents.
And then she gets found naked.
Yeah, the girl. It opens with this girl, and she slaughters up a bunch of fucking people, and they're called dicloni or something like that.
It's been a long time since I've seen this, so I don't.
It's been a while for me too, but it's another one of my favorites, really.
They have
I
invisible
feel
arms.
like you got the vectors. They're invisible hands
Yes.
that they can use to slice people up.
I'll show you invisible hands.
And it can only happen in females.
I call it the stranger.
Oh God, I call it the friendly stranger, baby. The friendly poltergeist. Anyways, yeah, go ahead and look that up on Urban Dictionary, guys. Anyways. So the series is centered on a teenage Diclonus girl named Lucy.
Who's one of the most powerful ones, right?
One of the most powerful. One of the most
Well,
powerful.
was it Mew? Isn't she like a second generation one though? Which is what makes her so much more powerful.
I think so.
That's
I believe
'cause
she
she's
was
2.0.
a second generation, and then they eventually have
Her arms were no. She had more arms, but vectors.
more vectors.
She had more vectors, but they weren't as long as Lucy's. Lucy had range on her. If I remember.
That
correctly.
was that's not Mew. Mew is Lucy,
Oh,
because Lucy gets shot in the head and develops an alternate personality, Mew, who Mew.
okay. Well then, who was?
She's like
Spoiler.
it
people get
literally-
shot.
It literally is really good because she's got this amnesia, like to the point where she's been put into like a baby level, and the main male protagonist has to take care of her, and he goes to this. Like there's extremes in it, like where she actually goes to the bathroom on the floor because she doesn't know how to say or how to find her way to a bathroom to go to the bathroom.
el baño.
So how do you explain when you do that?
I'm a man and I'm marking my territory, bitch.
In the kitchen. That's the woman's territory. What the fuck's wrong with you?
No.
No,
He wants
I
to
am the
be-
alpha male.
He wants to be the woman. Gotcha.
No.
That's
Fuck you.
why we get girls to strap on.
Oh god.
I want to be a pretty princess.
So, but the anime turns out really, really good. Lucy has a pretty long range on her vectors, if I remember right. And then later you meet what's called a third generation
Is it third?
Diclonus, or maybe it was a second.
I think
generation.
she was the second.
Second generation
I-
Diclonus. Yeah, I think Lucy was the first generation, and
Yeah.
the second generation Diclonus is really
She had like
scary.
twice. Not twice. She had almost twice the
I
number
think she had
of
like
vectors.
20 vectors or
Yeah.
something like that.
But they
It
were
was,
all
like ridiculous.
She didn't have the reach that Lucy did.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
And yeah.
What the fuck are
Well
you doing?
played, sir. Well played.
Put that wedding ring back on. Okay. But it's a really good anime, really gory,
Oh yeah.
some pretty good action scenes, and a pretty interesting discussion on societies separating those that are different from themselves.
Right. Well,
Which, I mean, is a common theme in anime, but I feel like Elfen Lied kind of approaches it from a really relatable perspective, because one of the first experiences they talk about is when she's a child and she's being bullied.
Mhm.
I think that's something a lot of people can emulate with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, it's hard not to.
Everybody's been bullied at some point in their lives.
Or bullied.
That's what I said.
No.
Or the bully?
Yeah,
Is that what you're trying to say? Or the belt bully?
They've
They were either bullied or the bully.
They've either been bullied or done the bullying.
That works too.
But let's be honest, if they were probably doing the bullying, they were probably sitting, not using their brain, drinking beer, watching football right now, and not watching anime.
Alright, so let's go to the next anime on the list. Is everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else to say about Elfen
I-
Lied? No? Boobs?
Boobs?
That's what I was going to say. I
boobs.
knew it.
Boobs and blood.
Boobs and blood.
Well,
Can't ask for much more.
right?
Right?
So, anyways, let's go on to our next anime, which is kind of a gratuitous anime.
Oh god, is it Queen's Blade?
No. It's what got us got us like real hyped up on anime again after the lull of Toonami starting to suck. If you remember, there was a little bit of while there where Toonami disappeared, then it came back and it really sucked because it was American cartoons instead of anime.
Hey, Megas XLR was amazing.
Megas was great. I'm not disputing Megas was great, but Megas came back when they still had anime.
Fair enough. Samurai Jack was awesome too.
Samurai Jack was, but again, still had anime.
Suck my hair cock.
I'm talking like when they started showing Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
They did that on Toonami?
I think so.
Apparently, I didn't pay attention.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not.
So,
maybe I'm high. But anyways,
next anime.
well, we're gonna talk about Bleach.
Oh my!
365 episodes.
And I've only seen like 50 of them.
Oh god. So we've got the main character Bleach.
Ichigo Kurosaki.
Wait,
Of Bleach, who is
on Bleach. Okay, I was going to say his name's Bleach. What?
no.
When did that
I don't
happen?
even know why they call it Bleach. To be
Because
honest.
his hair looks like it's been bleached.
No, fair enough.
I don't know. It's
Because
Actually, that's probably right.
yeah.
Delinquent hair. Anyways,
your hair.
First episode. He's a high school student hanging out at school. Goes home and
he can see ghosts.
he can see ghosts. And he's not quite.
It's like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, he doesn't understand that they're ghosts right away, but they're people.
No, he understands that they're ghosts.
They're people moving around with like a chain coming out of their chest. He doesn't quite get it.
Well, yeah.
I don't get it.
But I think he's pretty sure they are ghosts.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it's he sees things that nobody else does.
He sees
Most people
spirits.
attribute them to be ghosts or spirits.
Oh shit!
and so
Friendly ghost.
eventually he meets a Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper gives him Soul Reaper powers, kind of by happenstance, because it's the only way they're going to survive.
He becomes a Bamf.
He becomes a badass motherfucker. Then he goes from being a Soul Reaper to a Vizard to a Fullbringer to fucking Quincy later in the series, like in the manga. Actually, I'm not sure if he ever. Well, I think he does realize Quincy powers. I haven't been reading because
Either way,
when I found out he was a Quincy too, I was just like, oh come on,
Fuckery. The fuckery.
Because it's like, what else is he? You know, like
yeah, he's kind of like
he's the mishmash of everybody.
Let's be honest. He's like the Goku of that
Except for the
anime.
bounty.
He is.
His EP just
So the
gets a little bit bigger every time he learns something new.
Which, if I remember right, is an anime only arc. The Bound.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I
That
didn't
wasn't
see it.
that great of a arc.
Oh,
either.
it wasn't horrible. It,
No, it
it
wasn't
made me
horrible.
feel a little. They had sad stories.
Your brain, you don't feel.
Yeah, we don't have a heart here. We have a brain. Brain doesn't feel, has no emotions. Get over it. That's why you're brain.
The feels.
Stop crying, little girl.
Bitch.
Anyways, it's your standard battle anime. It's
Swords, no guns,
swords.
magic powers.
I believe there actually are guns at one point.
No. It's swords, guns, bow and arrows.
Swords,
He's got a
guns,
gun.
and bow and arrows.
Wait.
The
What are
guns.
the guns though?
Oh wait.
Stark.
Yeah.
Coyote Stark.
That guy.
I never actually saw that arc, but I think you showed me an episode of him fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, why did I want to say Yusuke?
Oh, there's something we talked about.
I forgot his name. I don't even care.
Right.
Don't care. Little
So-
Strawberry.
He was fighting.
So long story short,
Little Strawberry.
and it is one hell of a long story, he becomes a
It's-
substitute Soul Reaper, and the entire anime is about his escapades as a substitute Soul Reaper, becoming more and more powerful, just like all main characters in long animes do.
It's really like Goku. It really is
Well,
reminiscent
well,
of Dragon Ball Z.
well,
He just
but
becomes
here's the
stronger
It's an
and
difference.
stronger.
arms race.
Yeah,
But-
That's all it is.
Yeah. At least they don't have
There's always a
as many
stronger
power-up
enemy.
episodes.
and he's the Duke.
Yeah. There's always more stronger enemies, and so they always they're always aiming to get that the better arms.
But he doesn't have to die to get stronger. He just has to get really close.
Well, actually, he kind of did die to get
Who's
stronger. They kind of one of the first things Mr. Hattenclogs does is separate his body or his soul from his body and sever the chain so he can become a hollow.
But that doesn't...
He's actually a soul just chilling.
Right.
Cuts the chain, which is the life force, to the
To the body. Yeah, I know.
his body.
But at the same time...
So he
he's
does
still-
die to become stronger.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to do it like 6 fucking times like fucking Goku.
Actually,
Goku
kind
died
of-
like 3 times. So.
and
Yeah.
he
Goku-
kind of does die more often if you count the times he goes full hollow.
Yeah, but if
No, Goku only died twice.
He really
He almost did. I mean,
almost,
you think about
almost,
it,
like verge of death.
kind of. I guess he's dead. I mean, he's a Soul Reaper. When he's out of his body, and his soul goes from being a whole or a Soul Reaper to a hollow, he's dead. Technically speaking.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could say like those Buddhist monks who can go on those like spiritual out of body walks and shit. They're dead. Their soul is out of their body. Same kind of thing.
No, they still have a pulse and they're still breathing.
Yeah.
You don't know that he didn't have a pulse? Did you ever check?
I did check his pulse several times. It was missing. I'm kidding. I've never checked his pulse.
But either way, it's an anime about a boy who becomes a Soul Reaper, has a giant fucking sword, and likes to kill things.
Right.
Not to mention, there's a lot of other characters that you'll meet along the way. Some of them you love, some of them you hate.
Kenpachi.
Kenpachi Zaraki, you will love that badass motherfucker.
And even if you don't love him,
Go fuck yourself.
exactly. Or you'll love to hate him. Because there are those weird people like that.
Just like I love to hate Dragon Ball Z.
So what else do we have on our list there, Brains?
Well, we're actually coming up on our time here soon, so
Well,
I might have to cut her short for the next episode. Not the next episode, say it's not so. So I kind of want to bring up...
Next time on...
next time on Trash Pandas Watch Anime. We'll be talking about other anime that we like a lot, that are probably battle anime. We're sorry.
We're going to smoke our peas.
wait, if we are getting toward the end of this one, I think we should throw in our dice here on the worst anime we've ever seen.
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, I want to ask, oh my goddess.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it? Have you seen it, Bullets?
Couple episodes.
He's like, I don't want to admit to this, you piece of shit.
No. I saw a couple episodes, and that's about it. That's how far I got.
Oh my goddess is a pretty good anime. But I guess since you guys haven't seen it, we won't really talk about it too much. Yet. We'll bring that up in another episode. We'll kind of binge watch a little bit.
I guess is like we're gonna cuddle on the couch and watch it all together.
We are, aren't we?
Right.
We're gonna be like,
got a big old
we're gonna
couch
braid each
here.
other's hair, eat popcorn, and ice cream.
I can do your nails.
You can do my nails.
Yes.
Alright. So, Jesus Christ.
Hey, stop picturing us doing each other's hair and nails.
It's
That's
just
gay.
weird.
You
It's
know,
just weird.
you
No,
know you're
gay.
the middleman, Mr. Pivot.
Hey, no, I'm not going to be the pivot man this time. It's your turn.
No, we already did the nose thing.
Fuck you, bitches.
He's a pivot man.
It's fine, that means you're doing my nails.
All right.
You'll just mess them up.
Yeah. Like the dirty whore you are.
Okay, now where were we at?
Oh my god.
This
So
is
let's
what
talk
happens.
about
Combo breaker.
combo breaker. All right, let's talk about horrible anime.
Okay, Brains, worst anime you've ever seen. And if you can't say worst, top or bottom two.
Bottom two.
Ecchi doesn't count.
Ecchi doesn't count.
No.
I think Mocking Key kind of counts.
Yeah, but they
Kind of had this big build up and then limp dick. Like,
Wow.
Yeah,
What?
it was bad.
Wait, didn't that one get a sequel?
Yes, it got a Mocking Key 2. I watched faithfully through the first series, started to watch the second series, got 5 episodes in, all it was panty shots, and I'm like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, see, you
My
quit.
boner can't take it anymore. I can only get so erect.
Stop, I can only get so erect.
Fun times.
But,
Fun
okay,
times.
so, Mocking Key is kind of bad. I don't even talk about Hamtaro.
I'm sure that wasn't. I don't think
Okay,
that wasn't
how about
bad.
this one?
It
How
was-
about this one? Because
It
you
wasn't
both
their
watched
target.
Toonami. I know you've seen this. You guys have at least seen the opening credits for it. Super Deformed Gundam.
Wait, what?
SD Gundam?
SD Gundam.
I actually didn't watch. I might have cut an episode or two, and I don't think it was that bad if you just took it for what it was. I mean, if
not
you
a Gundam series.
Yeah, exactly.
At all.
Just don't take it too seriously. It's not. I don't think it was terrible. I can't think of anything worse at the moment. But,
he's like, it wasn't that bad, but I can't think of anything worse. I mean,
yeah. See, now this is where
I still think Seikon no Kazar takes the cake on that.
This is where I'm pulling up what I used to watch anime, just to try and figure out if I could remember something that was worse.
Trying to remember something I quit watching because I just couldn't stand it anymore after the first episode.
You see, that's my problem. Is I'll get I'll do my standard 5 minute.
Oh, what about that magical girl animes Amber used to make you watch?
I didn't watch those with her. I slept through those. No, she would put those on when I was sleeping, and I'd wake up and be like, "What the hell are you watching?" And I'd go back to sleep.
Oh, come on. Excel World was good.
It was okay.
I liked it. Same people who made Sword Art Online.
Yeah, but just because you make one thing good doesn't mean everything you make is good.
I think it was the same people, at least.
I honestly, I can't think of it. They're just so unrememberable. I can't remember them.
Oh, there was one I watched. My Bride is a Mermaid or some shit like that.
I've heard great things about that.
That was a good anime. No. But I'm just saying, like, we're talking about horrible anime. Talk about an anime by its synopsis does sound like it's gonna be horrible.
Right.
But you start watching, and you're like, this isn't half bad. But the underwater Yakuza.
I haven't seen it. I'll take your word for it.
It's goofy. It's fun. It's cute.
It's supposed to be. Yeah.
So, Blood, what about you?
Ah, dude, I told you I can't think of one. They're just all so unmemorable.
Hey guys, we're brought in today by the song Tank by Yoko Kanna and the Seatbelts from Cowboy Bebop.
Hey guys, if you fell in love with those trash pandas like I did, you can check them out on Twitter at Trash Panda Anime, or if you're willing to go with their dinosaur ways, send them an email with any comments, suggestions, or requests at trashpandareviews@gmail.com. They'll watch and review about anything you guys ask them to. And remember guys, stay with it and dig through that trash. Nika nika ne! Later guys!
Quasar takes the cup every time.
I haven't seen it.
So horrible.
I'll take your word for it. It's like what was it, the Pico?
Boku no Pico? That's not even an anime. That's a hentai.
Oh, well.
That's a horrible thing.
That's something I'd want to watch. I haven't seen it, but
it's in the same league as Two Girls, One Cup, Tub Girl, One Man, One Jar,
Goatsy.
Goatsy.
That was a picture. Never mind.
Just as bad.
And just so our viewers know, we do not hold ourselves responsible, and we will not allow you to hold us responsible.
If you go look these things up.
Yeah, because they are awful. And Boku no Pico, from my understanding, takes the cake. I've never seen it, but we used to watch this reviewer on YouTube who hated it, and he reviewed 2 of them. He reviewed the original Boku no Pico, and then I want to say like Boku something other, Chico weird, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just remember him just going like, never again! Like, just like, breaking shit. Like,
yeah, he wasn't happy. What was it like? I forgot his name. You should probably.
Cronexia.
Cronexia?
Cronexia. Shout out to Cronexia.
There you go.
He showed us some. He helped us find some good anime when we were looking for some, and we just overall had fun watching his videos.
Yeah.
So you know, yeah. Shout out to Cronexia. I think that's gonna be it for our show this week.
Bullet said his least favorite.
And see, my problem is whenever I got to those shows that were just that terrible, if they were even 5 episodes long, I just ended there. But I think the bigger issue I had is the overhyped animes.
Overhyped animes?
Yeah, like animes that they're not saying that they're bad.
They just weren't as good as they.
But they were bad or they were decent.
Kind of like how when you were starting to watch like Attack on Titan, and everybody's like, Attack on Titan's the greatest thing ever, and you realize how slow the first few episodes really are.
And it's not a bad anime at all.
No.
But everybody makes it think like you're watching an anime and getting your dick sucked at the same time, you know.
Right.
While eating pizza. I mean...
Pie?
Or, in your case, pie. You know, it's the bee's knees. You know, it can't get any better. And you watch it and you're like, it's a good anime, but it's not fucking everything that everybody makes it out to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about. I've ran across a few animes like that. So, you know.
And you can direct all the hate for Attack on Titan at Bullets. Bring it.
I really enjoyed it.
No. It's a great anime, but
it just got too much.
It's like a 12-episode anime, and for all the hype that's currently created, for all the hype that's out right now, they make it sound like it's a 40-episode anime that they watched every week the minute it came out.
With an erection
before the episode started.
Such a big erection.
I just thought of an anime I didn't like.
What's that?
Death Note. I couldn't get into Death Note.
Really? Couldn't get into Death Note?
I could try again, but I just couldn't get into it.
Did you think it was a horrible anime or just not your speed?
I think it was just probably not my speed, but I
have it upstairs on DVD.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. We'll see about trying again.
I mean, it's pretty good. I think somebody put out an abridged version of it at one point.
I think it maybe just dragged on or something. I don't know.
It's the anime, like most of that anime takes place in Light's room. So
yeah, it does.
It's not a very expansive anime or anything. It's just real slow. Or not really slow, but you know, it takes place in such a small set of parameters that everybody's just like certain of where they're sitting at with it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. There you go. There's an anime I didn't like.
All right. So,
I don't know if that was the question, but...
No, it pretty much was the question.
Kind of. I mean, more horrible animes, but we can turn into anime we don't like. But yeah, I think that'll be it for our episode this week, right?
So, on that note, next time on Trash Pandas Talk About Anime.
Next time on Trash Pandas
gets passed around like a...
No.
Dirty whore.
Next time we'll be talking about Claymore,
Boy Scout meeting,
Digimon, Freezing, High School of the Dead, Magi, and we'll probably end up talking about Yu Yu Hakusho and a couple other things.
Really? Is it on the list?
Probably,
no, but I'm going to throw it on.
And probably Dragon Ball Z a little bit more too.
Yeah, we'll keep on harping on that shit.
Yamcha's here. Yamcha's dead!
Space muffins!
Oh god.
I'm the only serious character in this show. That's the joke.
So, this will be it for Trash Pandas Watch Anime for this week. I'm Brains.
I'm Blood.
I'm Bullets.
Get your anime on, guys.
Peace.
Suck my dick!